The first day of work always brings a mix of excitement and fear. For the new security guard, it was no different. The morning felt unusually long as he stood in front of the tall glass building that would now be his duty post. The security badge around his neck felt heavier than it should. He had dreamed of this moment, getting a stable job, being responsible, wearing the uniform with pride, but now, facing the real thing, he could feel his heart beating faster than usual. He walked into the control room, where a few older guards were sipping tea and laughing at some private joke. The room smelled of strong coffee, worn-out leather chairs, and the faint buzz of security monitors. The senior guards turned their heads when they saw him. One of them smirked. Ah, the new guy. Ready to save the world? They all chuckled. He smiled politely, unsure of what to say. The supervisor, a heavy-set man with tired eyes, came forward and introduced him to the team. "This is our new recruit. Fresh out of training," he said. "Show him the ropes. But don't expect him to know much yet." The others nodded casually. Some gave him a half-hearted handshake. He tried not to take it personally. Everyone had their own way of welcoming newcomers. He stood straight, listened carefully, and kept a notebook in his pocket, jotting down small details about shift timings, patrol routes, and emergency procedures. During the lunch break, he sat in a corner of the guard room, eating his homemade food quietly, while the others talked loudly about old incidents and lazy days. One guard leaned over and said, "You'll learn soon. Don't take this job too seriously. Just follow orders, don't think too much. The less you do, the fewer problems you'll have." The rookie smiled but didn't reply. He knew people said things like that, but he couldn't help taking things seriously. His father had taught him that no job is small if you do it with honesty. So even though this job wasn't glamorous, he wanted to be the best at it. That evening, as the shift changed, he stood at the main gate. Cars entered and left, employees scanned their badges, delivery trucks came and went. The rhythm of the place felt like a living machine, constant, precise, and a little cold. He watched everything carefully, trying to memorize faces and routines. He asked small questions from the seniors: how to log entries, when to report suspicious activity, how to manage the night shifts. Some of them ignored him. Others gave quick, uninterested answers. Still, he kept learning. A week passed, and he started to get used to the routine. The long hours no longer felt unbearable, and he began to enjoy greeting the office staff every morning. Some even started to smile back at him. There was a sense of quiet satisfaction in watching over something bigger than himself, even if no one noticed. One night, while assigned to the evening shift, he found himself alone for a few minutes in the security booth. Rain clouds had started to gather, and the streetlights flickered through the misty air. He watched the monitors closely, the sound of rain tapping lightly on the window. It was peaceful but also strangely lonely. He thought about his training days, the strict instructor, the endless drills, the lectures on rules and procedures. "A good guard follows orders," the instructor had said. "A great guard never breaks the rules." He remembered those words clearly, but deep inside he also remembered something his father had told him long ago. Sometimes, doing the right thing means doing what feels right, not what's written. He didn't realize how soon he would have to test those words. The next day began like any other. The morning was sunny. The staff arrived in a rush, and the guards exchanged small jokes over tea. But everyone could feel that the rookie was still different, too alert, too disciplined. While others relaxed during quiet hours, he kept checking the CCTV screens and patrolling the hallways, making sure every door was locked properly. In the afternoon, one of the senior guards said half-jokingly, "Hey, you're making the rest of us look bad. Slow down, rookie. It's just a security job, not the army." They laughed, but he just smiled. He didn't say anything because he wasn't trying to outshine anyone. He just believed that even a simple job deserved full effort. By his second week, he had already memorized most of the building's layout, the parking area, reception zones, and emergency exits. He also learned how different people behaved: the ones who greeted him kindly, the ones who ignored him, and the ones who looked down on him as if a security guard was invisible. But he never let that bother him. His duty, as he saw it, was to protect everyone, no matter how they treated him. On the evening of his 9th day, rain returned. Thick clouds covered the sky, and thunder rolled in the distance. He tightened his raincoat and took position at the main gate. The shift leader stayed inside, watching TV in the control room. It was a slow night, few cars, fewer visitors. The rookie didn't mind. He liked the quiet. Hours passed. Around 9 p.m., he noticed an elderly man walking slowly toward the gate. The man looked tired, soaked from the rain, holding an umbrella that seemed too weak against the storm. The rookie stepped out and greeted him politely. "Good evening, sir. How can I help you?" The old man spoke in a soft voice. "I have an appointment in the building. I was told to come today, but I think I might be late." He searched his coat pocket for something. His hands trembled slightly. "May I see your ID card, sir?" the rookie asked. The man checked his pockets again but couldn't find anything. "I must have left it at home," he said apologetically. "But they know me here." The rookie hesitated. The rule book was clear. No entry without an ID or official pass. He radioed the reception to confirm if anyone was expecting a visitor at that hour. The answer came back quickly. No appointments scheduled. He turned back to the man and explained gently, "I'm really sorry, sir, but I can't let anyone in without proper clearance." The old man nodded slowly, looking disappointed. "I understand," he said softly. "I'll wait a little while. Maybe someone will come for me." The rookie felt uneasy watching the man stand in the rain. He wanted to offer him shelter, but he remembered the supervisor's earlier warnings. Don't bring unauthorized people inside. Not even for a minute. He went back to the booth, trying to focus on his duties, but he kept glancing at the man. Minutes passed. The rain got heavier. The man's umbrella flipped inside out, and he stumbled slightly as he tried to fix it. Something about the sight bothered the rookie deeply. He called his shift leader on the intercom. "Sir, there's an elderly man outside. He says he had an appointment but forgot his ID. He looks unwell." The leader's irritated voice came through. "Not our problem. If he doesn't have ID, send him away." "Stop wasting time," the rookie bit his lip. "But sir, it's raining heavily." "I said no exceptions," the leader interrupted. "Do you want to get written up on your second week? Stay in your post." The line went dead. The rookie looked back through the glass. The man was still there, now leaning slightly against the gate. A pang of worry hit him. He had followed every rule since day one, but something about this situation didn't feel right. He stepped out again, ignoring the rain hitting his uniform. "Sir," he called out gently, "please stand under this shade for a bit. You'll catch a cold," the man smiled weakly. "You're kind, son, but I don't want to cause trouble." "It's no trouble," the rookie said. "Just for a few minutes." He led the man to the small awning near the booth. He didn't let him inside, still technically within the rules, but at least the man was out of the rain. Inside, he made a quick call to the reception again, double-checking the visitor logs, nothing. But then, just as he was about to hang up, a young receptionist said, "Wait, someone mentioned an elderly guest might visit tonight, but the meeting was canceled. Maybe no one informed him." The rookie thanked her, then turned toward the man. The old man was breathing heavily, his face pale. The rookie's stomach tightened with worry. He offered him a bottle of water from his desk. "Are you all right, sir?" "I just need a moment," the man whispered. The rookie nodded, unsure what to do next. The rulebook didn't cover moments like this. He could either ignore his instincts or break protocol to help. As he watched the old man tremble slightly, his father's words echoed in his head again. Sometimes, doing the right thing means doing what feels right, not what's written. And though he didn't know it yet, that single choice to care when others wouldn't would soon change more than just his night shift. It would change the way everyone saw the rules forever. The rain had not stopped all evening. It poured with steady force, drumming on the metal roof of the guard booth and filling the air with a dull roar. The rookie stood near the door, watching the old man who sat under the narrow shade beside the gate. His clothes were soaked, his hair dripping with water. He looked fragile, like someone who had been walking far too long without rest. The rookie couldn't shake off the uneasiness in his chest. He wanted to do more, but every time he thought about helping, the voice of his shift leader echoed in his head. No exceptions. Rules are rules. He knew one wrong step could cost him his job. And yet, as he watched the old man breathing unevenly, he couldn't just pretend not to see. He walked outside again, holding a small towel from the booth. "Sir, please take this," he said politely. "You'll catch a cold." The man gave a faint smile. "You're too kind, son. I'm all right. I've seen worse days than this." He wiped his face slowly, his hands trembling. The rookie nodded but didn't go back inside. He stood nearby just in case. Cars passed occasionally, their headlights flashing across the wet road, but no one stopped. It was clear that no one was coming for the old man. After a few minutes, the rookie decided to try again. He picked up the phone and called the building's front desk. "It's me from the main gate," he said. "Can you please check again? There's an elderly visitor outside. Maybe someone forgot to register his name." The receptionist on duty, sounding tired, replied, "I already checked. There's no one on the visitor list for tonight. Please, just ask around once more," the rookie insisted. "He said he had an appointment. Maybe someone forgot to note it down." The line went quiet for a moment, then the receptionist sighed. "All right, I'll check and call you back." The rookie thanked her and hung up. When he turned, he noticed the old man trying to stand but losing balance for a moment. The rookie rushed to hold him. "Careful, sir." The man leaned against the wall, breathing hard. "I just need to sit for a moment," he murmured. The rookie helped him to a bench under the gate's awning. His hands were cold, his face pale under the dim yellow light. The rookie could tell something wasn't right. "Should I call a doctor for you?" he asked softly. The man shook his head. No. It's just the rain and my age catching up to me." But his voice was weak and he was sweating despite the cool air. Inside the booth, the phone rang. The rookie rushed to answer. It was the receptionist again. "Hey, I asked around," she said. Apparently, one of the senior executives was supposed to meet a retired employee tonight. But that meeting was canceled earlier. "Maybe that's your man." The rookie's eyes widened. "Do you know the name of that retired employee?" "Sorry, I don't. The executive left early. But if it's the same person, he must not have been informed about the cancellation." The rookie thanked her again, feeling a bit of relief. At least now he had some idea of who the old man could be. He stepped outside and gently told the man, "Sir, I think the meeting you came for might have been canceled. Maybe no one informed you." The man looked surprised. "Canceled? That can't be right. I came all this way just for that meeting." He rubbed his forehead tiredly. "I suppose it doesn't matter now." The rookie didn't know what to say. He didn't want to make the man feel worse. "Why don't I help you call someone from the office? Maybe they can confirm." Before the man could reply, the door to the control room opened and the shift leader stepped out, clearly annoyed. "What's going on here?" he asked, glaring at the rookie. "Why is that man still here?" "Sir, he says he had an appointment." "He looks unwell," the rookie explained quickly. "I was just trying to confirm his visit." The leader scowled. "I told you to keep him outside, not run a clinic. You're breaking protocol." "But sir—" "No but," the leader snapped. "Send him away. We can't allow unauthorized people near the building. If you don't follow orders, I'll have to write a report." The rookie hesitated. His throat felt tight. "He's not well," he said quietly. "Just a few minutes until the rain stops, please." The leader groaned and waved his hand. "Fine. But if management finds out, it's on you." He stomped back into the control room, muttering something under his breath. The rookie exhaled slowly, relieved the argument was over for now. He turned to the old man again. "Don't worry, sir. You can stay here until the rain settles." The man nodded gratefully. "You remind me of my grandson," he said softly. "Always worried about others." That small comment made the rookie smile. "That's kind of you, sir. I'm just doing what anyone should do." The man smiled faintly, but it faded quickly. His hand trembled again and he gripped his chest for a moment. The rookie froze. "Sir, are you all right?" The man took a shaky breath. I think I just need something sweet. My sugar levels drop sometimes." The rookie quickly searched the small shelf inside the booth. He found a packet of biscuits and brought it to him. "Here, please eat this." The man nodded and took a few bites slowly. The color began to return to his face after a few minutes. The rookie stood nearby, keeping a close watch. Then something unexpected happened. One of the office staff, who was leaving late, saw them and stopped his car near the gate. "Hey, who's that?" he asked, stepping out with an umbrella. The rookie explained the situation briefly. The staff member looked at the old man for a moment, then his eyes widened. "Wait a minute. I think I've seen him before," he said. "Isn't this Mr. Harris? He used to work here years ago." The rookie turned to the old man. "Sir, is your name Harris?" The man nodded slowly. "Yes, that's me." The staff member's face turned serious. "He's not just a retired employee. He was one of the earliest managers here. I think he even helped design this building." The rookie was surprised. "Really?" The staff member nodded. "Yes, I'll go call the admin office right now. They should know." He hurried back to his car and drove off toward the main entrance. Meanwhile, the old man leaned back, breathing easier now. The biscuit seemed to help. The rookie offered him a cup of warm tea from the thermos he kept in the booth. "Here, sir. This will warm you up." The man accepted it gratefully. "You've been very kind," he said softly. "Most people these days don't have patience for small acts of help." The rookie shook his head. "It's nothing, sir. I'm just glad you're feeling better." A few minutes later, the same staff member returned, this time with another person from the admin department. They confirmed that the old man really was a respected former employee, someone who had retired years ago. The admin person apologized to him for the confusion. "We should have informed you about the cancellation, sir. I'm so sorry you had to come in this weather." The old man waved it off. "It's all right. I suppose it's just a misunderstanding." As they spoke, the shift leader came out again, this time looking surprised to see the admin officer there. "Sir, I didn't know you were coming," he said nervously. The admin officer frowned. "We were informed that a retired employee was kept waiting outside in the rain." "Who was on duty?" The rookie felt a lump in his throat. He was about to speak, but the shift leader quickly stepped forward. "It was him," he said, pointing at the rookie. "He let an unauthorized person near the gate." The admin officer looked at the rookie and then at the old man. "Is that true?" Before the rookie could answer, the old man spoke calmly. "He didn't do anything wrong. He treated me with respect when others didn't even look at me. He followed his heart, not just the book." The admin officer glanced at the rookie again. "Is that so?" The rookie nodded. "I was only trying to help, sir." He looked unwell. "I didn't let him inside the building, only under the shade." The admin officer studied him for a moment, then smiled faintly. "You did the right thing, son." The shift leader looked embarrassed but stayed silent. After making sure the old man was safely escorted inside to rest, the admin officer turned to the rookie. "We'll talk to management about this," he said. "But don't worry. You did good tonight." The rookie thanked him quietly, unsure whether he was in trouble or not. When everything finally calmed down and the gate grew quiet again, the rookie leaned against the booth door and looked out at the street. The rain had slowed to a drizzle. He felt a strange mix of exhaustion and pride. He didn't know what would happen next, whether he'd get praised or punished, but he knew one thing for sure. He couldn't have done it any other way. Somewhere inside, he felt that his small act of kindness had meant something. He didn't yet realize how much it would matter in the days to come, or how it would quietly start to change the way people thought about the rules they lived by. The next morning started with gray skies and a quiet drizzle. The rookie arrived early for his shift, as he always did. He walked through the lobby, nodding politely to the cleaning staff, and made his way toward the guard room. Inside, the atmosphere felt different. The senior guards were unusually quiet, some sipping tea and glancing at him from the corner of their eyes. He could sense that word about last night had already spread. He didn't know if people were talking about it with respect or mockery, but he could feel their attention following him as he took his seat near the control monitors. The shift leader, who had scolded him the night before, didn't look up from his newspaper, but after a few minutes he said coldly, "You caused quite a scene last night. The admin office called early this morning." The rookie looked up. "Sir, I didn't mean to—" The leader interrupted him sharply. "You broke protocol. I told you to send that man away. You ignored me. You can't just do what you want because it feels right. That's not how security works." The rookie nodded quietly. He didn't argue. "I understand, sir," he said calmly. The leader sighed. "Well, management will decide what happens next. I've written my report. Let's see what they say." He folded his newspaper and walked out, leaving a heavy silence behind. The rookie sat there for a moment, staring at the monitors. He didn't regret what he'd done, but the thought of losing his job worried him. He couldn't afford to make mistakes. This job was his first step toward a stable life. His family was counting on him. Still, deep down, a small voice told him he had done the right thing. Rules were meant to protect people, not ignore them. Around mid-morning, one of the senior guards leaned over and said quietly, "You've got guts, kid. No one would have done what you did last night." The rookie smiled faintly. "I just couldn't leave him like that." The man nodded. "Yeah, I get it. Just be careful. The bosses up there don't like rule breakers, even when they're right." The day moved slowly. Each hour felt heavier than usual. The rookie kept working, greeting visitors, checking badges, and maintaining logs. Everything looked normal from the outside, but his mind was restless. By afternoon, he got a call from the main office. "The head of security wants to see you at 4 p.m., the voice on the other end said. His heart skipped a beat. "All right, sir. I'll be there," he replied. He tried to stay calm, but his hands trembled slightly as he put the phone down. He didn't know if he was about to be fired or simply warned. At exactly 4 p.m., he straightened his uniform and made his way to the top floor. The hallway outside the security office was silent. He took a deep breath before knocking on the door. "Come in," a deep voice said from inside. The head of security was an older man with sharp eyes and a calm expression. Sitting beside him was the admin officer who had been at the gate last night. They both looked serious. "Have a seat," the head said. The rookie sat down, keeping his back straight. "I've read the report," the head began. "It says you broke protocol, allowed an unauthorized person near the building, and defied a direct order from your superior. Is that true?" "Yes, sir," the rookie answered honestly, "but only because I was worried for the man's health. He was sick and alone in the rain. I didn't let him inside, only under the shade until help arrived." The head of security looked at him silently for a moment, then asked, "Do you know who that man was?" "I was told he used to work here a long time ago," the rookie replied. The admin officer nodded. "That's right. He was one of the company's oldest employees, a man who helped build this organization from the ground up." The rookie's eyes widened slightly. "I didn't know that, sir. I just saw someone who needed help." The head leaned back in his chair. "You're new here, so maybe you don't understand how things work yet. We have rules for a reason. Security isn't just about kindness, and it's about control. If every guard decided when to bend the rules, there would be chaos." "I understand, sir," the rookie said softly. "But sometimes, maybe, the rules don't see what people feel. They only see what's written." The head studied him carefully, his expression unreadable. Then he sighed. "You did a risky thing, but from what I've heard, you handled the situation calmly and didn't put anyone in danger. So for now, we'll let this go with a warning." Relief washed over the rookie's face. "Thank you, sir," he said sincerely. "But remember this," the head continued, his tone firm. "Next time, think twice. A good guard follows his heart, yes, but a wise guard knows when to draw the line." The rookie nodded. "Yes, sir. I'll remember that." The admin officer smiled faintly. "You've got potential, kid. Keep your head straight. Not many people show courage on their first month." He thanked them both and left the office quietly. As he walked down the hallway, he felt lighter but thoughtful. He had escaped punishment, yet the conversation left him wondering, how far could someone go to do what was right before the rules turned against them? That evening, when he returned to the gate, the shift leader looked surprised to see him back. "You're not suspended?" he asked. The rookie shook his head. "No, sir. Just a warning." The leader frowned but didn't say much. Perhaps a part of him respected the rookie's calmness, though he'd never admit it. Hours passed. The night shift settled in, quiet and still. The rain had stopped and the air smelled clean. The rookie sat by the monitors, watching the screens flicker. He replayed the events of the previous night in his mind. The old man's weak smile, the biscuits, the small act that had caused such a big stir. Then, just before midnight, the phone rang. He picked it up. "Is this the young guard who was on duty last night?" a voice asked politely. "Yes, sir," he replied. "This is from the executive office," the voice continued. "The man you helped wanted to speak with you personally. Can you come to the main building tomorrow morning?" The rookie blinked in surprise. "Me, are you sure?" "Yes, he asked for you by name." "Be here at 9 sharp." He thanked the caller and hung up, his mind racing. Why would the old man want to see him? The next morning, he dressed carefully, making sure his uniform was spotless. He arrived at the main building 15 minutes early and waited in the lobby. The receptionist smiled politely and asked him to wait. A few minutes later, the old man entered, looking much healthier and dressed neatly in a coat. The rookie stood up quickly and greeted him respectfully. The man smiled warmly. "Ah, there you are. I wanted to thank you in person. You showed me kindness when others turned me away." The rookie felt shy. "Sir, it was nothing. I only did what anyone would do." The man chuckled softly. "You'd be surprised how few people think that way these days." He paused, looking thoughtful. "I worked in this company for 35 years. When I retired, I helped write some of the very security policies that stopped you from helping me last night." The rookie looked surprised. "You wrote them?" Yes, the man said with a small smile. And now I see that maybe we made them too strict. We forgot that rules are meant to protect, not punish humanity. The rookie didn't know what to say. He simply nodded, humbled. The man continued, I spoke to the board this morning. They were very interested in what happened. I told them your actions saved me from something serious. I could have collapsed out there. You saw a person, not a rule book. That deserves respect. The rookie's heart raced. Thank you, sir. That means a lot. The man smiled again. You reminded me that the best kind of discipline comes with compassion. Don't lose that. Keep doing your job the same way. He reached into his coat pocket and handed the rookie a small envelope. This isn't a reward, just a note of appreciation. I wanted to thank you personally before I left. The rookie hesitated but accepted it politely. I really appreciate it, sir. As the old man left, the receptionist whispered, You know who that was, right? He's the retired founder of the company. The rookie stood still for a moment, his mind blank. He looked down at the envelope in his hand. It was simple, white, with the company's old logo embossed on it. Inside was a handwritten note. Rules keep order, but people keep humanity alive. Thank you for reminding us. He folded the note carefully and put it in his pocket. For a long moment, he just stood there, quietly taking it all in. When he returned to the security post later that day, the other guards were curious. What did he say? One of them asked. The rookie smiled softly. He just thanked me. They looked at each other, half impressed, half incredulous. One of them clapped his shoulder. Well, looks like our rookie's got more sense than the rest of us. He laughed lightly but didn't say much. He didn't need to. Deep down, he knew something important had changed, not just in him, but maybe in the way people would see this job from now on. What he didn't know yet was that the small ripple he had started was about to turn into a wave, one that would soon reach the highest offices in the company and begin to change the rules for good. The next few weeks, after that tense night, felt heavier than usual. The rookie guard, who had now earned quiet respect from some of his coworkers, still walked with a mix of pride and unease. The incident had shaken the entire facility, but what it left behind was more than just fear. It brought questions, discussions, and a shift in how things were seen. He tried to stay calm and professional, but deep inside, he was still haunted by that moment when he had to make a decision that no manual could prepare him for. Every time he looked at the security monitors, he felt that same rush of responsibility. It wasn't fear anymore, it was awareness. He realized how one decision could change everything. His supervisor, a stern man who had worked there for more than a decade, started paying closer attention to him. At first, the older man had dismissed him as just another fresh face who'd probably quit after a few months. But now he noticed the rookie's quiet discipline. The guard didn't talk much, but when he did, people listened. There was something about his calmness that even the senior staff respected. The rookie wasn't trying to be a hero. He wasn't looking for praise. All he wanted was to do his job right, to make sure people were safe and to prove that even the smallest decisions mattered. But soon his sense of duty was tested again, this time in a different way. One evening, as the sun was setting and the shift was changing, a group of new recruits came in for their first day of training. The rookie, now a few months into his role, was asked to guide them through the basics. He was surprised. He didn't see himself as someone worthy of teaching others. But the supervisor insisted, so he took a deep breath and began. He showed them how to check the cameras, log visitor entries, and handle communication equipment. But when one of the new recruits asked, "What's the most important rule here?" he paused for a long time. The rookie thought about it carefully. Then he said quietly, "It's not about rules. It's about responsibility. The rules are there to help you, but sometimes you'll face something the rule book doesn't cover. And that's when you have to choose what's right, not what's easy." The room went silent. The recruits listened closely. They didn't know what had happened before, but they could sense the weight in his words. The supervisor, who had been listening from the corner, nodded slowly. He knew the rookie was speaking from experience. The young guard looked surprised. "I just did what you said. Think first, act fast, stay calm." The rookie nodded. That's all it takes sometimes. The incident never made the reports, but for the rookie, it was proof that what he had learned and passed on was working. When his time at the new facility ended, he returned to his original post. Things were quieter there, familiar. But people looked at him differently now. He wasn't just the rookie anymore. He had become the guard that others asked advice from, the one whose words carried weight even when he spoke softly. His supervisor, who once doubted him, started consulting him on scheduling, shift management, and even new recruit interviews. It was strange for him to be in that role, but he took it seriously. He wanted to make sure that every new guard who walked through that door understood that this job wasn't just about uniforms and routines, it was about people. Months later, a company-wide notice went out. The leadership was launching a new training model called the Situational Integrity Program. It was based on principles the rookie had demonstrated: calm thinking, ethical judgment, and teamwork. His name wasn't on the document, but those who knew the story smiled when they read it. One afternoon, as he was preparing to leave after a long shift, the supervisor approached him. "You've done something rare," he said quietly. "You've changed how people think, without ever trying to." The rookie looked down, adjusting his badge. "I just wanted to do my job right," he said softly. "And that's exactly why it worked," the supervisor replied. That evening, as he walked home under the fading orange sky, he thought about everything that had happened since that first night: the fear, the doubt, the choices. He remembered the faces of the people he had worked with, the ones who had learned from him and the ones who had taught him in return. He realized that change didn't come from one big moment. It came from many small ones. Staying alert when others got tired, being kind when others got cold, speaking up when it was uncomfortable. Weeks later, he received an unexpected letter from one of the guards he had trained. It was handwritten, simple, and full of gratitude. The guard wrote about how his advice helped him stay calm during a real emergency, and how he now understood what responsibility really meant. The rookie read the letter twice and smiled quietly to himself. He folded it carefully and put it inside his locker, a reminder that doing the right thing, no matter how small, always mattered. Years passed. He never became a high-ranking officer or moved to a fancy desk job. He stayed where he was most comfortable, on the ground among people doing the work that mattered. But his influence lived on through every guard he had ever spoken to. New recruits still heard his story during orientation. They called him the guard who changed the rules. He never corrected them, though he knew he hadn't really changed the rules. He had only reminded everyone what they were meant for. And on quiet nights, when he stood watching the monitors, listening to the hum of the building, he felt at peace. Because somewhere in another branch, in another city, there were guards standing tall, calm, and ready. Not because they feared punishment, but because they understood their purpose. That was enough for him. He didn't need applause or recognition. He had something better: the quiet knowing that he had made a difference. As he looked out into the dark lot, the lights flickering softly, he smiled to himself and thought, maybe that's all any of us can hope for, to do our part well and leave things a little better than we found them. And with that, the rookie, no longer a rookie at all, picked up his flashlight, straightened his uniform, and stepped into the night once more, ready for whatever came next.